Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Purdue versus Minnesota college basketball matchup on Thursday, February 15th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK to get 15% off. We also have the products meant for people who make big bets, have big bankrolls, maybe looking for one-on-one concierge style service. We call these the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays, but to get these you need to text the number that you see on the screen. They're not available on the website. You got to text that number. But anyways, let's get to this one. Purdue taking on Minnesota. Purdue 22-2 on the season. The Boilers have been ranked in the top 5 the entire season. They've been as high as number 1. And really, this is where they've spent the bulk of their season. It's inside this top 5. Of course, they were the number 1 seed last year in the NCAA tournament that lost in the opening round to Fairleigh Dickinson. Meanwhile, Minnesota 15-8 on the season. And while that doesn't sound all that impressive on the surface, coming off of where this Minnesota program has been in recent years, this team has improved by light years. They're just 2-4 straight up on the road, but last time out they had a chance where they should be 500 on the road this season straight up. They had Iowa dead to rights on Super Bowl Sunday. They let it slip away. They still covered the spread in that game, and they are 5-1 against the number in their road games this season. In fact, even though they're 5-5 in their last 10 games, they are 8-2 against the number in their last 10, while Purdue is 9-1 straight up in their last 10 and 5-5 against the number. So basically, in a nutshell, what we just went through right there is that Purdue is a really good team, but generally they lay a ton of points. So taking them is a 50-50 proposition when it comes to covering the spread, while Minnesota still has some of that stigma attached to them from all these bad years of performance, and have really been given the benefit of the doubt by the odds makers and the betting public. We've been able to take advantage of that. But Purdue coming off back-to-back wins and covers. They didn't cover in their prior games against Northwestern and Rutgers, and then prior to that they had 3 consecutive wins: Michigan, Iowa, and Indiana. We look over at the other side here for Minnesota. That loss against Iowa, like I said, they still covered, but they blew a gigantic lead in that game. They've actually covered 6 games in a row at this point against Michigan State, Wisconsin, Penn State. They've been big dogs. They've been smaller dogs, as much as 12 against Michigan State in the game that they lost by 10 in that one. This is a ton of points to be laying in at this point of the season. Minnesota's offense is greatly improved. These guys can hit their shots. Of course, they're going to be contested by a Purdue team that is great at guarding the perimeter and pretty solid when it comes to defense. Of course, they got the big guy in the middle, which makes it tough on everybody, Zach Edey. When you go to the other side of it, Purdue's offense, very efficient, but really even better shooting the 3 than they are hitting those shots from the floor. But the Minnesota defense really isn't that bad, and this line just seems to be way too big. We know Purdue is great on the boards. They got that, they got Zach Edey, but at the same time, I think Minnesota keeps this at least competitive. I'm going to take Minnesota, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.